Good evening, everyone. I'm Dragon with you. So today I want to share teams which we played against the Orchestra Boss at level 125 and higher. So somewhere here, Highlander managed to beat level 115. That's the team he used. So Corvus Morrigan team, also armor penetration, Qing, Keira as additional damage dealer, probably the main in this team, and Celeste to keep everything alive. So after this fight, he played mages with Aurora. That's one of his casual teams which he can use, and that actually worked. So today I will show you some fights which are against high-level orchestra and how they actually went. So in our guild, several players managed to bring reasonable teams and achieve successful score. And that's the topic for my today's video. So let's check that first. Here, as you can see, that was last 5 million. And the idea is pretty simple. So we have armor penetration from Qing and from Morrigan applied to Keira, which results into huge efficiency. And yes, you can see that pure damage is dealt. Also, I would like to highlight that Corvus is a huge source of pure damage because multiple attacks applied by the boss result into just pure damage dealt to the boss, and also Albus adds pure damage based on that result. So in total, we have a team which has double armor penetration, Keira as a huge damage dealer, Corvus also gives additional damage, and Celeste is good enough to either keep the team alive or add some damage. So that's his first team. The second is kind of casual, so first time he uses Merlin, and Merlin helps mages to be more effective. Kind of logical, but remember that the longer you stay in this mod, the higher is defense. So Highlander would like to play at magic part, and here, as you can see, the damage isn't so high. So everybody are around Dorian, which results into great survival. I assume he played on auto, but for sure, in both mods, he is effective because all the team is able to deal magical damage, and also the pet helps to do that as well. So that's the second team which Highlander used here, and as you can see, the result is good enough. Okay, so basically you can play it on auto, and it kind of works. Here we go. So after that, I wanted to highlight several more teams which had over 5 million damage. I will show you other options. So Dmitry also collected a couple of reasonable teams. I really like Heidi here. So if we compare what happened, then Orion is top damage dealer for sure. Iris also helped a lot, but Heidi, so he isn't super strong, but already a nice damage dealer. Damage taken and healing. So let's check how Dmitry's team plays here and what happened around. Celeste is a tank, but this pet splits damage, and look, so he played manual. He really wanted this team to deal more damage for as long as possible, then switch to magical, where Orion still can play, Celeste still can play, and most other damage is blocked. And when the transformation is ready, he switches and uses all his forces to deal more damage. Actually, I assume he tried to maximize damage in usual form. After that, when heroes ultimate, they recharge. And now we have magic damage applied. After that, he also switches mode. So, kind of reasonable team. I like his choice of Heidi because Heidi deals pure damage, which is effective. You see this damage applied to the enemy team at both astral and material worlds. And that's why I think that Heidi here is a great choice in general. So just an example, but for sure Heidi can be played against this orchestra boss. And I like the composition which he uses. Celeste can tank actually at this level. Okay, so another team almost Osh, but with some changes. Then let's proceed. Let's check some other teams which were played here. Thunder also collected a reasonable team based on Yasmine. Let's check the damage. So that's the damage. Amira was very effective here. And also Qing and Yasmine added reasonable some damage, right? Even Albus. So 9 million damage. Not so bad. Let's check this fight. I'll go to X4. So here, kind of casual stuff happens. We have Yasmine as single target huge damage dealer. Qing, which I also play with Yasmine and many other heroes to give armor penetration. Also, she can add some pure damage. Celeste works together with Amira, resulting into better magic damage. And Galahad, well, Galahad is just a nice tank, so he can heal himself, he can add some damage, and that's why, well, Galahad isn't so bad actually. So that's the result, and that's the team of Thunder. Let's proceed. Rodrigo also collected some kind of reasonable team. And then we have a hybrid team again. So Vladimir added Celeste plus Orion and Yasmine plus Car. So I'm not sure is it good enough in case of armor penetration. Probably he had some problems with armor penetration, as you can see from the damage output. But Celeste with Orion were effective. And actually that's the team which he used. And well, it works kind of. So let's check it as well. I think he plays an auto because the worlds change right on timer. And well, Albus isn't so bad. He just adds damage here. Not sure who deals your damage except of Yasmine for sure. But mostly, yeah, mostly we see that the damage is mostly magical. That's how the fight goes. And I assume he could play Corvus as well. So probably he played Corvus at another team. That's the reason. But still, Corvus isn't so bad. Yeah. So if we check this team, then Corvus also can deal a huge amount of damage during the fight. So a great tank choice, but just another option. Okay, next we proceed to my own teams. So here I used several of them. Only two of them were above 5 million damage. So I will show you just stats of those teams. And well, as you can see, I can combine mages. Nebula also can buff mages as Celeste. Orion, Corvus are great damage dealers for sure. Healers can help them as well. And Dorian as ultimate healer. So that's the first team which I played. Let's check this out. So as you can see, I tried to manipulate with worlds sometimes. I can't say that it was a great choice anyway. Most thing is done in auto, but I preferred not to stay in material world for too long because my team deals magical damage and feels great at astral as well. So just almost auto fight. This team played Cornelius. So I really tried to give Cornelius a chance to deal huge damage, but as a result, you see that still Qin Mao was more effective than Cornelius, which is funny. So I assume that after Cornelius receives the armor penetration skin, he may be more effective than what he can do now. So the idea was simple. I use double armor penetration and activate Cornelius and deal some damage, but you see that result isn't impressive yet. So probably I need another team composition. Here almost Osh team, but with Rufus and with Thea. As for damage, for sure it's about Ju. Also some help from Sebastian and Isaac. This team is based on physical damage. That's why I tried to stay in material world or switch into it when I'm ready. So if we check how it went, then we see that actually when I'm at magical part, I'm just trying to manipulate everything. So check this out. As we go to material world, I activate ultimates, which apply physical damage here. And after my ultimates, I can, everything is stunned, right? So apply ultimates and switch. When I switch, I wait, then I switch again and deal my ultimate damage. And that's basically the idea. So in astral world, physical damage is ignored. That's why I try to recharge my heroes and then go to physical and then activate them. That's the idea of this hybrid team. And if we check the damage, then Dante was the most effective. After that, Iris, Celeste, and Kark, but Kark is much weaker than other characters. That's why. Probably just his power. Okay, and finally, other teams to mention. So one more time, Thunder. Thunder created Osh team. Highlander created Osh team. Both teams works, so no doubt. Let's check one of the fights. So theoretically, I could also play Osh team, but I really wanted to check something else. And as you can see, it still can work. So let's see how it went. So here I tried just to highlight that Osh team on kind of auto can play, but for sure at material world, you see that effectiveness is much lower. So what you need to do is to go back to material world and strike with all your heroes who can deal some extra damage. So that's it, because this team also is mostly based on physical damage. Also can add some pure damage for sure, but mostly physical. So that's how 10 million and more is here. Okay, so that's our results for now. And yes, as you can see, we managed to deal over 20 million damage at least top 4 our players. And that's not so bad. Okay, so hope you can get some ideas from this video. And good luck with the boss. See you.